We are in Lac Baker. Um, the valley you see behind here is Chemin Souci, and we are in Lake Baker. From what I know, I've been told every agricultural land remains agricultural. Can be left overgrown as a forest, like this one. But once you go back and you want to plant something, it automatically becomes agricultural. And it didn't happen to me about this. As I finished the preparation, part of it already seeded, I had a public servant putting my activity to rest. It wasn't a surprise because I've had this almost every year in the last 10 years. It came to the point where I had to just leave the province, go somewhere where I rented a farm in Ottawa for a year. But for some reason, I wasn't comfortable because I didn't see any reason I should not plant seeds and harvest and feed my family and whoever might be interested in my product. So I came back, I prepared this, and always start with this yellow paper. C'est un order, c'est un arrêté en français. And that's how we start. I didn't agree because the decision was made without explanation. It took all summer and the judgment was made, and this is what I was given yesterday. I told the public servant that we're gonna go to court, and I need to understand how a person needs a permit to plant seeds, corn, squash, to feed his family. I acquired this land after it was logged. If I would have wanted the marketing board to seed it in spruce, it would have been done a long time ago. I choose not to do so because I don't feed my family with the spruce. I feed my family with corn, with veggies, with squashes, and other things. And over the time, people in my community had chosen to support me by buying my product. And I had no use for spruce. As of today's, we got a matrix. The person who handed me this, I opened the door with a smile in my house. He really wanted to talk, and I was pleased to have him to talk about this. At the end, I gave him a good handshake. Whoever you are, know I love you. Because you were here to be able to get that check to raise your family. I doubt if you knew why you were here. And I'm pretty sure you weren't here for the province. like many others had tried. So I still don't understand why it's very hard for me to put some grain in the ground. Although whether you want or anyone doesn't want it, that's where humanity has to go. We got to feed people. We got to have access, make a way that people has an access on the land. We need to help teach them how to feed themselves. Particularly in New Brunswick, where 8% it's only what we can produce. The balance comes from out of the province. My take or my vision is for New Brunswick to, instead of receiving food from other province, what I would want, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, is for New Brunswick to load those trucks and send our goods, our food in the other province or in the United States or any other place where they want our product. Because we got everything. We got a good land, very fertile, not overused. We got humidity in the air that exceeds any other area. We got people who knows how to grow food. And it's not something new. Not too long ago, New Brunswick fed themselves. And it was a larger family than what we have today. They worked hard, they fed their family, they didn't starve. Today we are a little bit innovative. We can do better than just feed our family. We can feed families in the other areas. Here in the country, on the continent, even abroad. We can do that. But we won't be doing that with this. This has got to change. Yeah, for many years, family fed themselves from the land. They used animal to fertilize for meat, for milk. They could sustain themselves. In 2015, I believe they could do that. We didn't have African diet stores around like we do now. And in my mind, because I couldn't get from where it was, I had to move Africa here. So I started planting food in the front of the house. The diet I grew up on, and we enjoyed it. In 2016, my daughter was in love with horses, and happened to be two for sale. We acquired them. We did the fences, and we were very, very, very happy. It didn't take too long. We had a paper like this one telling us we're not allowed to have the horses on the back of the house Although those horses had just come from the backyard of somebody not too far from here. I went to the urban commission to try to understand what this meant. And I was told that the village had complained. And that's why they were giving me 30 days to get rid of the horses and the fences. At that point, the information I knew was that horses were still the means of transportation in our constitution. And I wasn't doing any farming. I just had two small kitchen garden. And I told them I wasn't getting rid of the horses. I wasn't destroying the fences either. And there was no farm in my front yard. The public servant, very, very kind, can still remember his very, very beautiful smile. He told me that according to my intentions, they were going to give the village 30 days to bring me to court. After the 30 days, if they didn't bring me to court, that case was going to be closed. We shook a hand and I went back on with my day. During those 30 days, I had a few mail. That was not very, very interesting. The village waited the last week to do a new city bylaw where they give each and every one in the village the right to have 2 horses, 2 llamas, and a list of 10 other animals. It was a good day for me. I thought it was a win. I thought it was a good thing. But that's not what turned out to be. A lot of things happened. Next spring, the spring that followed, we figured if we can acquire another property and bring the horses, we'll live free. We'll live in peace. We bought this place. A good friend, like a father of me, he gave me a chance to buy it. Then I moved the horses here. I cleared the body behind me, fenced it, and the horses were here, and my dogs. They were very, very happy. It was even bigger than the backyard of my house. But the same trouble about the horses at home followed us here. I could not then keep them here peacefully. I had the SPCA on my back. Days I had to lose my work just to meet them, to do what they wanted. And every request didn't meet their standards until one of them told me that the only problem was the horses were invisible. and he advised me to find a place. I offered. The only place I had was the back of my yard, and he was okay with it. I took those horses back. SPCA kept going. A few weeks later, they took first horse. They told me they were bringing it back a week later. We are talking about a 24 years old pony, and they took it because they believed he was losing weight. I did explain that he was too old. I was doing everything I can, but they didn't buy what I was saying. They took the horse. That was the last time I ever said it. He never came back. I stayed with the one horse and the dog and two chickens. I spent the next 2 years fighting to keep them. And one day, I wasn't lucky. They show up, I wasn't home. They took them. There was no point. I was not very happy. I took everything and went to Ottawa. I rented the farm. Did what I usually do. And it was a blessing because the community in Ottawa really supported me. We had a lot of fun because they would come and harvest a few of my crops, and they even paid me for it. But I was renting. Last year I came back with the idea of planting my own land. And that's the field you see here. There's more across the creek. The land had about 38 apple trees. Those trees has been here for nearly 100 years. I've been working on them. They are still bearing fruits. They became my first step to do what I would call a food forest. And this what it was a long time ago around here. And that's what it is around the world. A forest always been a garden. It's been a very, very good, interesting experience since I've been trying to do forest gardening. It gives me everything I need. It's a hobby. It feeds me with my family. And I see in it a future, a solution. A world where people will be able to feed themselves. A world where animals will live free and happy. For people who follow me on Facebook, I put it down a little video of a mama deer that followed me throughout whole summer in this valley. In every corner I looked, the mama was right there staring at me. We came very, very close that he wouldn't even run away. To come back to my story, it's about this. I don't know what it is, but it is a shame. People are starving. People don't have an access on good food. We have the land. We have the knowledge. We just don't have the support. Our government should do better than this. They should be encouraging people. They should be teaching. They should be making sure about the health of our citizens. Because with a healthy citizen, it's the best thing that can happen to our province. For those who believe in a good future for this province and willing to do something, it is the time. It is the time we feed other places. We feed ourselves, we feed other places. Because we are able to do that. We are blessed to do that. It is time for justice. Because if our taxpayer money can help to plant spruce, there should be some to help to plant corn, to plant squashes, to plant veggies, to feed our families, to feed our community. There is a good future in this. I thank you for those who follow me on the Facebook. Recently, I have a YouTube channel. We'll keep talking. We'll keep discussing. There's a lot of good things we can do together as a community. Thank you.
For sale all throughout the town, clean yards and rolling hillsides, neighborly and far into North Maine. I don't know how the border sees you, but I just might come visit you again.